Imagine a world where innocence is shattered in the most unthinkable way, where the very fabric of childhood is torn apart by an act of unimaginable cruelty. On a cold February afternoon in 1993, a bustling shopping center in Bootle, Merseyside, became the backdrop for a crime that would forever scar a nation and challenge our understanding of evil. This is the story of James Bulger, a 2-year-old boy whose life was brutally cut short, and the chilling events that led to his tragic end. Before we delve deeper into this harrowing case, please take a moment to comment, like, share, and subscribe to the Calendar of Crime so you don't miss future episodes. Your support helps us continue to bring these important stories to light. On February 12, 1993, 2-year-old James Bulger was enjoying a shopping trip with his mother, Denise, at the New Strand Shopping Center. It was a typical Friday afternoon, filled with the mundane activities of daily life. However, this ordinary day would soon descend into a nightmare. While Denise momentarily let go of James's hand to pay for some items at a butcher's shop, her son vanished. In those fleeting seconds, James was approached by two 10-year-old boys, Robert Thompson and John Venables, who, unbeknownst to anyone, had been playing truant from school, and were already engaged in petty shoplifting. CCTV footage from the shopping center captured the chilling moment. James, a tiny figure, being led away by the two older boys. The images are grainy, but the implication is clear and deeply disturbing. Thompson and Venables, with James in tow, embarked on a journey that would span 2.5 miles across Liverpool. Along the way, they were seen by approximately 38 people. Yet, despite James being visibly distressed and crying, no one intervened. When questioned, the young perpetrators calmly claimed James was either their younger brother or a lost child they were taking to a police station, a deceptive narrative that tragically went unchallenged. The journey took a dark turn as the boys led James to the Leeds and Liverpool Canal. Here, the abuse began. James was dropped on his head, sustaining facial injuries, and the boys made cruel jokes about pushing him into the water. This was just the beginning of a prolonged and horrific ordeal. They continued their trek, eventually arriving at a secluded railway line near the former Walton and Anfield railway station. It was here, in this desolate spot, that the full extent of their depravity unfolded. What followed was an act of sustained brutality. The boys threw blue paint, which they had shoplifted, into James's eye. They subjected him to a relentless assault, kicking him, stamping on him, and pelting him with bricks and stones. Batteries were forced into his mouth. The final fatal blow came from a 10 kilograms railway fish plate, dropped on James, causing 10 skull fractures. A pathologist would later identify a total of 42 injuries on James's tiny body, none of which could be definitively pinpointed as the sole cause of death, highlighting the sheer savagery of the attack. In a chilling attempt to conceal their crime, Thompson and Venables placed James's lifeless body across the railway tracks, weighing his head down with rubble. Their intention was for a passing train to make his death appear accidental. 2 days later, on February 14, 1993, James's remains were discovered by a group of boys playing nearby. Forensic examination later confirmed that James had died from his injuries before being struck by the train, a testament to the horrific violence he endured. The investigation that followed was intense and emotionally charged. Initial suspicions included sexual assault due to the removal of James's clothing and specific injuries, though this was later disputed by the perpetrators. The low-resolution CCTV footage from the shopping center became crucial evidence, showing the two unidentified boys leading James away. The breakthrough came when a woman recognized John Venables from enhanced images broadcast on national television, recalling seeing him and Robert Thompson truanting in the Bootle area. This led directly to their arrest. Forensic tests provided irrefutable evidence. Blue paint from the shoplifted can was found on the boys' clothing and matched the paint on James's body. Blood on Thompson's shoe was DNA matched to James. A pattern of bruising on James's cheek corresponded to Thompson's shoe. Both boys were charged with murder on February 20, 1993, and appeared in court, where they were remanded in custody. The trial, held in November 1993, captivated and horrified the nation. Thompson and Venables were found guilty of abduction and murder, becoming the youngest convicted murderers in modern British history. They were sentenced to indefinite detention at Her Majesty's pleasure. The aftermath of the James Bulger case has been a long and complex one, marked by ongoing public debate about juvenile justice and the rehabilitation of young offenders. Both Thompson and Venables were released in 2001 under new identities, subject to a life license. However, John Venables was recalled to prison multiple times in subsequent years for offenses related to child pornography, reigniting public outrage and sorrow for James and his family. The case continues to resonate, prompting profound questions about childhood, culpability, and the nature of evil. Thanks for watching. Please comment, share, like, and subscribe for future episodes from the Calendar of Crime.